Hey everybody, Alex Feinberg, Krav Maga instructor at Reach Climbing. This video is on break falls, learning how to fall correctly. As I said in the previous video, the number one injury out there is breaking or spraining a wrist when you fall. Most people try and catch themselves, like you can see right here. And unfortunately, this puts undue pressure on your wrist and causes a lot of injuries. So we're going to learn how to fall correctly. There are high falls. That's my assistant Ari over there. Adding his 2 cents. So there are high fall breaks and low fall breaks. We're going to start with the low fall breaks because they're much easier to train. As you can see, I'm already low to the floor, and you can see that's the biggest difference, is falling from a high place when you're standing or falling from a low place. Obviously, we want every fall to be as low as possible, and that is so to try and have as little force coming down as possible on our back, spine, and never ever hit your head. So the most important thing is tuck your chin, because we want to protect our brain and not hit the back of our heads when we fall. So to do that, we can tuck our chin, and you can see when I roll back my chin, and I'll turn so you can see. When I tuck my chin and roll back, you can see my head is not hitting the ground. Whereas if I roll back incorrectly, with my head in its normal position, I'm going to hit the back of my head. And that's the last thing we want to do. So first and foremost, tuck your chin when we're falling. Second, get our tongue out of our way. My assistant Ari runs around with his tongue out all the time. And one day he's going to learn when he falls that he's going to bite his tongue, and it's not going to feel very good. His mother will be very upset when that happens. And so we need chin tucked, tongue out of the way, and we want to cross our arms. Remember what I said in the beginning. Catching yourself is the wrong thing to do, right? Because it's our instinct to try and catch ourselves when we fall. So to not do that, we're going to cross our arms, which is a little counterintuitive, but you'll see at the end of the video when we do the whole thing that it's necessary and helpful in terms of muscle memory. So we're tucking our chin, right? Chin tucked, tongue out of the way. And when we roll back, we're going to attack the ground. We're going to smack the ground. You can see here it's less than a 45-degree angle on my arms. I'm not going to tell you where your arms should be, because everybody's body is a little bit different. So the issue is, if you're up too far, you're going to put undue strain on your shoulders. If you kind of feel it when you kind of come up into this position, kind of, I would say 90 degrees or more. But down this 45, this is very comfortable for me and my body type. And what we're doing is we're dissipating the energy, right? So as we're falling back, we're taking that energy off of our back and distributing it onto the fleshy part of our forearms and our hands. It's okay to get a little bit of scrapes on our hands and our forearms, because we don't want those scrapes and bangs and bruises to be on our spine or, God forbid, our head. So an easy way to kind of get into this is we kind of tuck our legs up and our knees into our chest and just kind of roll back with your chin tucked, and you can kind of get a hang of where we're going to be and get used to having our chin tucked as we come back and not slamming our head. From there, we can kind of let it go this time, and we're going to have our arms crossed, and when we fall down, attack the ground. The louder it can be, the more energy is dispersed away from our spine, which is what we're looking for. So, again, thanks, Ari. So be mindful of your surroundings. Make sure that you're not falling back into anything or anyone. And so what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our chin, tongue out of the way, arms crossed, lower our weight down, squatting down so that we're at a low fall break, and rolling back and attacking the ground. Now you guys can see that my instinct is to put one foot up. And right now I don't really care about that with you guys, but this is what we do in Krav, as opposed to 2 legs, similar to Judo, because it's more leverage for somebody to push out of the way and attack, if you're pushed by somebody. To have 1 foot on the ground, it's very difficult, and you have more leverage to keep your stance and to keep 1 foot or weapon in between you and the attacker. But to go over everything one more time, chin tucked, tongue out of the way, arms crossed, lower your center of gravity, and fall back. I'll do 1 high fall break for you guys on my hardwood floor. Hopefully not bothering our downstairs neighbor too bad. But unfortunately, you know, we slip on ice, things happen, and we fall from a high place. I'm 6 feet, so coming down, making sure everyone's out of the way before we do it in our training, and